Mega Man Powered Up is a remake of the original Mega Man. It was released 19 years later and 4 console generations later. What changes did it make? Is it any better than the original? Should the original just be disregarded in favor of this version? Well, stick around and find out. Before we get started, this is the 10th video in my Mega Man retrospective. If you haven't seen my videos on Mega Man 1 through and base, I recommend you go through them. With that out of the way, let's get on to the game. The story of the game remained unchanged, but the presentation has changed drastically. No longer are we dealing with 8-bit sprites, we've got 3D models and voice acting. The game goes for a chibi art style, and I don't really like it. In my opinion, chibi works for a piece of artwork and maybe a short animation, but I don't want to spend more than 10 minutes looking at this. I just think it's far too kiddie, and the voice acting is in the same boat. Credit where it's due, it fits in with the chibi art style, but it's just not for me.
Professor, please! Change me into a fighting robot!
Mega? What are you saying, my child?
Please, I really want to help everyone, but I don't know if I'm strong enough yet.
Mega!
Alright, I understand. I don't like it, but sometimes such things must be done.
It sounds like they just picked up some PBS Kids actors and asked them to play Mega Man characters. Not exactly an insult, but it's what keeps on popping into my head. Gotta say though, props to Randall Weeb. He plays Light in both Maverick Hunter X and Powered Up, and he's able to play a much more youthful Light in this game.
Alright, I understand. I don't like it, but sometimes such things must be done.
As well as the much older, nearly dead Light in Maverick Hunter X.
If you've come across this capsule, I fear you must be in the midst of a difficult battle. I have left 4 powers for you to inherit. I believe that you will use them in the cause of justice.
Apologies if I mispronounced his name. Actually no, there is one story change. They changed Mega Man's civilian name from Rock to Mega. Yeah, this is a change I really hate. It's like if you remade the first Spider-Man and made his first name Spider. It just makes no sense, and it's worse here because it absolutely stomps on the rock and roll pun that rock and roll had going. Also, this means the name went from Rock Light to Mega Light. Yeah, which one sounds better to you? So already, I don't like this game aesthetically. Are there any gameplay or mechanical shakeups? No, there aren't any. Mega Man plays identically to how he did back in Mega Man 1. They didn't add sliding or charging or buster or anything he didn't have back in 1. I think the only change made was that Rock starts the game with the exit parts, which was an item in the shop back in 7, 8, and base. It was changed though. You can exit a stage anytime you want, instead of only exiting after you defeat a Robot Master. Well, I think it was changed at the least. Back in those games I never bothered exiting a stage. However, there was a control change. By hitting the shoulder button, you can swap weapons. However, this is only a change from the NES version. The PS1 version of Mega Man 1 also had this. So this isn't a change for me, I'm used to this. Well, the soundtrack was remixed for this game, so are the remixes any good? I'd say so. Honestly, just like the graphics, I'm not really good at explaining what exactly I like here or what exactly here works for me. You probably understand better when I just play the music. However, we do have something new. 2 new things actually. To keep 1 in line with later games, we have 8 Robot Masters. And that means 2 new ones, Time Man and Oil Man. I like their stages well enough. In Oil Man stage, it's just like Flame Man, don't let the oil catch on fire. In Time Man stage, they've got pendulums that move around and you gotta avoid them. I don't remember much of Oil Man's fight, but I do remember Time Man's fight.
The flow of time will slow down.
That's all. And yeah, since 2 new Robot Masters were added, the weakness chain was also changed. The only Robot Masters to retain their original weaknesses are Fireman and Cutman. While I said there weren't any gameplay changes, that wasn't entirely true. Mega Man doesn't have any gameplay changes, but we have 10 new characters to play as. 8 Robot Masters, Proto Man if you beat all the challenges, and Roll as DLC. If you beat a Robot Master using only the Mega Buster, you unlock that Robot Master and you start a brand new campaign with them. Thanks to my younger brother, I already had all the Robot Masters, save for Gutsman, available, and I decided to play some stages with Cutman. He plays just like Mega Man, except he uses a rolling cutter instead of the Mega Buster. And in Cutman's place, we have Mega Man, with a question mark at the end. This is a replica made by Wily, I'm pretty sure. I also don't believe the Robot Masters can use special weapons. Roll is just a worse Zero. She doesn't have any projectile weapons, she instead attacks with a 2-hit broom combo. It's honestly not that bad and what I expect from Roll, but if I wanted to experience close combat Mega Man, I'd go play any of the games with a saber in it. Well, besides X3 and X7. And finally, we've got my favorite classic character, Proto Man. He's got his Proto Shield, which can block attacks from the front, and... oh, you don't even need to charge the Buster. He only shoots charge shots. Alright, that's pretty sick. They also made a change to the castle stages. Stages 2 and 3 were flipped. Now you fight CWU01P in Stage 2, and you fight Copy Robot in Stage 3. Stage 3 now also contains the boss rush, which was actually split up back in the original. You fought Cutman and Electman in Wily Stage 2, and the other 4 in Wily Stage 4. So that's a neat change. Proto Man also says the hardest line in the classic series against CWU01P.
Robots are machines that follow orders. I'm a machine that doesn't, so what'll that make me?
There are also 3 other modes that I just did not touch at all. The first is Classic Mode. To my knowledge, it's just a straight remake of Mega Man 1 with absolutely no changes made. I'd rather just go play the PS1 version. There's also the Construction Mode, where you build your own Mega Man stages. This isn't bad, but stage building is just not my thing. There's also Mission Mode. There are 100 missions, 10 for each base character, and beating all 100 unlocks Proto Man. What else? Roll also has a ton of alternate costumes. She's got her costume from 8, which is her best one, a night one based on Ghosts and Goblins, a summer suit, a Halloween suit, a cat suit, and a Santa suit. She's got a lot. I believe they were all just DLC. Besides that though, I don't think there's anything else in this game to talk about. Well, there are the difficulty levels, easy, normal, and hard, but that doesn't make many changes. You take more/less damage, and there are extra platforms on easy mode. That's it. Honestly, I just don't have much to say on this game because it's a remake that just didn't change too much. There were some neat additions, but they don't really add too much to the overall experience. Unless you just really like playing Mega Man powered up another 10 times, which I really don't. And to be honest, I'm kinda not too happy with the script. It's the shortest I've written for Mega Man so far, but I don't think there's much better I can do. This is all I want to talk about. I also don't really want to scrap this video, as I did promise I would make this video at the end of the base video. And I want to stress that even though this is a short video and it may seem like I dislike this game, that's not true. It's a remake of Mega Man 1 that didn't change much. I like it. But the changes don't really amount to much for me. The Robot Masters are just neutered versions of Mega Man. Roll is just a worse Zero. And Proto Man is definitely cool, but I'd rather just play Mega Man 9 or 10. Overall, a fine game, but I'd rather come back to any other Mega Man first. Well, maybe not N base. But the next video is the video on Mega Man 9, which is another game of the series I haven't played yet. So I hope you look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.